So what I'm doing now is I'm about to sew on or stitch on or whatever you want to call it, this aftermarket leather steering wheel cover. And I've kind of moved over to these from the normal ones you can get at like AutoZone or Walmart that you just compress on, because those they don't seem to last all that long. And I installed one of these on my Maverick and I was pretty happy with how it came out. They're really cheap. They're usually around 10 bucks. There's a little bit more to them, obviously, to get them on. But honestly, I really think they're worth it, especially if you want, something that's not going to slip around as it ages. And they're so cheap that, if and when it does mess up, you can just obviously remove it and install another one. Unfortunately, it takes about an hour or so to install one of these, so you do have to contend with that. But you basically just use the included upholstery needles and thread, and you just loop it. You run it through each one of these pieces of thread here at the top. You don't go through the holes and through the pleather. You go through or underneath these little loops, and you do it from each side just like that. So what I'm going to do with this one is just do it in sections. When I did it on the Maverick, I kind of would do it all the way up, and then I would loop it around the back and then through here, and then do a couple loops here. I don't think you need to do that. I think you can just start here, stop here, do a couple more wraps, and tie a knot, and then that section's done. I don't think you really have to do anything with these, but I'm going to do that all the way around too. So I got this part done, as you all can see. Now I've got a knot here, and basically what I do is I just take a lighter, burn off those ends, and that's pretty much it. So now I just have to do this side and then up above. So this is basically how you do it. Just grab your needle, go to your other loop back there, just like that. Come back up, fish it back through. That's really all there is to it. Like I said, it's really easy. It's just a tedious process. And sometimes, depending on how the steering wheel is made, what ends up happening is you have smaller amount of width down here and it gets progressively bigger. So I probably could have tightened this one a little bit more, but the big thing is it's not going to go anywhere. But this one's obviously quite a bit tighter. So if needed, I can always get some more red thread and just redo this, but I'm not really that invested in this. I just wanted to get this thing a little bit more presentable, and I think this is going to do it. So here's the steering wheel all done. Looks a lot better than it did, that's for sure. Definitely happy with that, how that turned out. So we'll see how it goes. But for about 10 bucks, these things are a pretty good deal.